story time. We're gonna watch. We're gonna read Herbert the Timid Dragon. Only it's backwards. But that's okay. We'll get over that eventually. This is my favorite book. I love Mercer. I didn't think of his name. I love Mercer. Anyway, he writes cool stuff. I wish I could find our professor, somebody, when he's looking for a zipperumpazoo. That is awesome. Anyway, alright, we're reading Herbert. Herbert the dragon lived in a snug cave at the edge of the forest wild. Every night at bedtime, Herbert read a story from his favorite book, Knights in Armor. He loved the exciting tales of brave knights and princesses in distress. I wish I were a brave knight in armor, thought Herbert. Herbert. Cute. Okay. But Herbert wasn't brave. As a matter of fact, Herbert was rather timid. You might even say he was afraid of his own shadow. I'm getting food in the middle of the night, midnight snack. Alright, nevertheless, Herbert decided one day to leave home and seek adventure as a knight. He packed his bag and started out along the dusty road. He hadn't gone far when he came upon a broken-down carriage and a princess in distress. It was just like a story from his favorite book. Oh boy, thought Herbert, this is the chance for my first knightly act. Herbert coughed politely. May I help? He asked. The men fixing the carriage didn't understand dragon language. What they heard was a terrible dragon roar. They ran for their lives. Oh, you want to see the picture, don't you? Okay. Alright, 4 bowmen stepped out of the woods. Herbert didn't know they were the princess's royal guard. He thought they were kidnappers. He grabbed the princess to save her. The bowmen began to shoot. Dragons are too scaly to be hurt by arrows, but Herbert was scared. And whenever Herbert was scared, he ran. So Herbert ran and ran and ran. Saying, they sure do talk funny. And that one's saying, halteth in the nameth of the kingeth. And that one's saying, take that, you varmint. That guy. And this guy's like, what's a varmint? He's silly. Okay. Alright, he ran straight home to his snug cave. Herbert slammed the door and bolted it shut. He breathed a sigh of relief. As for the princess, she began to rant and rave. Listen, you silly-looking dragon, she shouted. When my father the king finds out you've carried me away, he's going to cut off your head. Oh my, thought Herbert. What have I done? She's all mad. Really mad. Alright, he opened the door so the princess could leave. Oh no, she said. My mother told me never to go out alone after dark. I'm staying right here until my father comes to rescue me. You just wait. You're going to get it. Perhaps some music will cheer her up, thought Herbert. He turned on the radio. But the princess shouted, I hate dragon music, and broke his radio. Rant, rant, rant. So you gotta read it backward. It's like it's in Japanese because this camera's like backwards. I'll figure out how to fix that later. But there's where she's not leaving and there's where she's breaking the radio. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Herbert prepared a great big bowl of soup for the princess. Icky, sticky dragon soup. Ugh! Cried the princess, and she threw it in his face. Herbert tidied up the guest room and put clean sheets on the bed, but the princess shrieked. Dusty, musty dragon bed, yuck! And she tore up the sheets. Then she threw a temper tantrum. She smashed all of Herbert's fine dragon bone china. She tipped over his bookcase and tromped on his toys. The princess carried on all night. Herbert got very little sleep, saying, "Oh dear, oh dear." She's like, "Oh, that poor lizardy dude."